I was scrolling through my phone when the text came in. The number was unknown and the message was short. "Have you found me yet?" I blinked at the screen, my stomach twisting into a knot. The air in my apartment suddenly felt too warm, too thick. I stared at the words, feeling something, not fear exactly, but a heavy, dense sensation like a memory trying to claw its way to the surface. I shook my head, locking the phone and tossing it onto the couch. Probably spam. Ever since I got this new number, random messages and calls had been popping up more often. I chalked it up to bad luck, but as I turned to focus on the work I'd been putting off, the phone buzzed again, the sound unnervingly loud in the silence. My gut told me to ignore it, but my hand had other plans. I picked up the phone and glanced at the screen. "I'm closer than you think." My breath caught, my pulse thudded in my ears. I glanced toward the window, then the door. Both were locked, like always. Still, the feeling that I was being watched slithered through me, making my skin crawl. Curtains. I really needed to buy some curtains. The phone buzzed again. Another message appeared before I could gather my thoughts. "Don't turn around." A part of me wanted to laugh it off, to prove I wasn't losing my mind. But my body was frozen, refusing to move. The seconds dragged by, each one heavier than the last. My fingers trembled as I typed a reply. "Who is this?" The response was immediate. "You know me." But I didn't. Did I? The words clawed at something deep inside, something I couldn't quite reach. Flashes of memory surfaced, laughter, a name whispered so softly I couldn't make it out, and darkness, always darkness. The light in the room seemed to dim, though the lamps hadn't flickered. The air pressed against my chest, making it hard to breathe. My phone buzzed again. I stared at it, reluctant to look, but unable to stop myself. "Let me help you remember." Images flickered behind my eyes, a spiral staircase descending into endless black, a cacophony of whispers that seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere, and a face, my face, but it wasn't me. Panic and defiance warred within me, and before I could stop myself, I spun around. The room was empty. No shadows, no movement, just me and the oppressive silence. My phone buzzed again in my hand, and I glanced down to see a live video feed on the screen. It was me, standing in the middle of my living room, phone in hand. But the version of me on the screen was smiling. Not a normal smile. It was too wide, too wrong. "Now you see," the reflection said, though my lips stayed firmly closed. The voice was mine, but layered with something ancient and cold. I dropped the phone like it had burned me, but the screen stayed lit, the other me stepping closer and closer until its face filled the frame. Its eyes, my eyes, bored into mine. "You've been looking for me all along," it said. The room tilted, and the floor beneath me rippled like water. I stumbled, falling into a void so black it swallowed the last of my breath. The landing was soft, almost comforting. The air smelled of damp earth and something sharp, metallic. I looked up, expecting the ceiling of my apartment, but instead I saw myself, the other me, standing above, phone in hand, smiling that too wide smile. "Have you found me yet?" it asked.